Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Leopards Go Wild. This week we're all locked down in New Zealand, so hopefully you get some joy and some new adventure ideas from this video. We check out Lake Rotorkakahi, or the Green Lake, some boiling mud pools and New Zealand's largest boiling water spring, and the Waikete Valley hot pools. The cool thing for us this episode is we get to go without the kids. They're going to our good friend Bonnie's house. Our kids love going there and she gives them all the attention they could ever want while they're there. So thanks, Bon.
Yeah,
cool earring.
Alright, now kids know what that means. Date night! It's not often we get a child-free night. We have no family here in Rotorua, so it's nice to be able to have a night to ourselves. Great.
Our first little adventure is a walk out at Lake Rotorkakahi, which is just about 7 kilometres, I guess, out of town on State Highway 5. It's a great little peninsula walk to do out there, and we'll show you the map of that a bit later.
Alright, well we're going to go for a stroll out at a place at the Green Lake. This walk is normally like beautiful trees, but it's looking a bit bare at the moment. I didn't know they'd cut them down, but you can see there's some cool hills around. In our recent video of Tolaga Bay, all that driftwood on the beach, it's like this stuff here just getting washed down the valleys into the rivers and onto the beach.
It was a little bit windy today, but this walk is beautiful with some really nice established Douglas fir trees that are so straight.
Well, it's nice and peaceful out this side of the lake. Wind's gone, sun's out. Sophie's making fun of me as usual. So this lake Rotorkakahi, so you say it. Rotorkakahi is a sacred lake. You're not allowed, no one's swimming it. So we've got the blue lake just over the hill, or Lake Tikitapu. But they say that this island out over here is like a bit of an ancient cemetery. We are back in the barren wasteland, and the cool thing about this forest, it's all productive. So it's all, within 9 months it's probably going to be replanted and new trees will be growing. Even though it looks terrible right now. Alright, well back to the truck. We're going to take you to a hot mud pool now. So we'll see you there.
So here's that map before we get too far into this video. So Lake Rotorua, Lake Rotorkakahi, just out of town on State Highway 5. This is kind of where we parked, and that's a little peninsula bit that we walked. And if you just head a little further south, you enter the Waiotapu volcanic thermal area. You've got like Kerosene Creek, which is a thermal swimming spot. But we check out this boiling mud which is on the Waiotapu Loop Road, which also on this road has hot and cold, which is an awesome swimming spot with a hot river and a cold river. We don't actually swim there, but we will show it to you because we're going to go swimming over here at the Waikete Valley hot pools. But first, the mud pool and hot and cold.
Crazy spot, eh? Boiling, bubbling mud everywhere. There's a little one down here. So this spot is completely free to come check out. There's a little walk that goes around that way. We're going to do that in a second. But cool, eh? Bubbling hot geothermal mud. It is important to note, don't try and swim in here though. You will burn to death. It is hot. And people have.
This place honestly feels like something out of Jurassic Park.
There's a place called the Waiotapu Thermal Wonderland that's on this loop road as well. I'll put a picture of, this is the most famous pool in there, but it's been closed since the lockdown. There's no tourism here at the moment. They'll take you to this place called Hot and Cold. There's a hot river and a cold river, kind of meet in the middle, and then some good swimming there.
Hot and Cold does have limited parking, and it does get busy here.
This is the hot river. Yeah, so this takes you down to the hot river here. usually around 35, 40 degrees in there. Oh, it may be a little bit hotter actually, but it's beautiful down there. People get too hot, so they go down under the bridge to the cold river where it meets, and it's perfect.
If there's been a lot of heavy rain, sometimes the hot river cools down quite a bit.
This place has a bit of a reputation of not being so safe at night. A lot of people come out here in the middle of the night and do a lot of drinking, and yeah, you just got to be a bit careful. Cool, well we have arrived at the Waikete Valley. There's the biggest boiling geothermal hot spring in New Zealand here. This is part of the natural river. This is a little river they have to cool the water down.
Really impressed with how well maintained and tidy the facilities were.
You can actually camp at this campground. They've got a campground which gives you access to the pools as well as a camping site. It's $14 though for a local to get in here, $20 if you're not from this area. But cool little walk, eh? Boiling hot river, who would have thought?
And then we arrived at the spring, Te Manaroa.
So there it is, New Zealand's biggest boiling freshwater spring. Straight out of the ground.
Te Manaroa.
If you're here on the weekday, it's usually pretty quiet, but it's very busy there today. Probably the busiest I've ever seen it. Even though there's no tourists, but it's cold and hot pools are just so good in the winter. I get a bit shy videoing in front of a lot of people, so I'm probably not going to do much of videoing in the pools, but we'll give you a little look. So it's just like a 100-meter walk from the pools to that spring.
The bathrooms at any hot pool are always important, right? So let's take a look.
Pretty good bathrooms with a couple of showers. It's always good to bring some shower gel for afterwards because you can smell a bit like sulphur.
And there it is, Soph in her happy place, lapping up that hot water. So nice in here.
It's getting hot, too hot for me. Much better. Time for the hot one now. Cooled off.
Well, thanks for coming along on most of me and Soph's date. We did go out for dinner at our favourite restaurant, the Chimney Indian restaurant, where we had some nice spicy curries, and then we went to the movies to watch Jungle Cruise. But that's not really adventuring in the wild, is it? So we didn't video that bit. So we'll see you next time. Not sure what video we're going to give you, maybe something around lockdown. Definitely still need to make the one about our truck. So see you then.